doing, everybody? The Mets walk it off by a final score of 3-2 at Citi Field. Your boy Wardy is here. We're live. We're appreciating it. The Metsies came out and got themselves their 6th victory now above 500. First time this season they're 6 games above 500. Let's get the hype going, baby. Let's get it rolling. Is anyone in here yet? Hold on, let's see if this is connected. There we go! There they are! How you doing, everybody? We're live from Citi Field. As again, Jeff McNeil with the heroic assist surprised absolutely nobody. The Mets go on to win this one in walk-off action 3-2. Span those W's in the live show. Right now, everybody, we're electric. What a game! Jose Butto supremacy we saw. Edwin Diaz shutting the door. Phil Maton being the dog. We got Jeff right here, baby. Oh, yeah.
This is who I am, I think.
I hope this is who you are, Jeff. Yeah! Let's go. Soak that man. He deserves it. Awesome stuff. Love to see it. Let's go. Let's go. How's it going, everybody? What a walk-off victory for the Amazons. They take this one 3-2. Shout out to Jeff for keeping that one fair. We got Steve Gelbs talking right now to Jeff at the moment. Where is everybody at? How you doing, folks? I'm losing my voice within seconds. Let's go. Mike, I love you, but I don't know what you just said. I have no clue. No clue at all, but I greatly appreciate the donation. Thank you so much for that, Mike. Great supporter here on the channel. We're live at Citi Field, everybody. It's my 2nd game in attendance at the ballpark this year. First W, 2nd game against the hot Atlanta Braves. The first game I was in attendance was back in May, or was it? April or May, and the Mets didn't get their first hit until the final out of literally the ball game, and that was with JD Martinez ripping a solo shot that we saw. Tonight, not a lot on the offensive end because Chris Sale was Chris Sale. Absolutely carved up the Mets in this matchup. A ridiculous outing by him. Fantastic job by them. But yeah, we got to talk about this, folks. Let's break down this ball game. Everybody give me a second as I'm at a walk that we saw there. Also, apologies are back, but rather, this is the new Jeff McNeil. I think is what we have found, everybody, which is so sick to say. Jeff McNeil has adapted his game. He has figured out, oh, you're frozen. Oh, chop. I know I'm going to be choppy, guys. I apologize. Again, I'm at the stadium, so I apologize.
Second half, Jeff.
Second half, Jeff is in.
Happy Jeff.
Happy Jeff. Mr. OMG himself, J-Mag. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Love it. Let's go.
This is the man right here.
Oh,
Follow him on all socials.
What's your name,
Yo,
brother?
Jose.
Jose, nice to meet you, brother.
Yo, my man on Instagram and IG, but
Hey, oh, subtle plug. There you go. Thank you, Jay. Nice seeing you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go, Mets, baby. Have a good one. Thank you. Shout out to Jay. Oh, my God. What an electric day at the ballpark, everybody. Had so much fun. My goodness, my God, my gracious. To my 200-plus viewers in here, how you doing, everybody? Spam those W's. Spam that like and subscribe button. Your boy Wardy's exiting Citi Field as we speak. An electric time. A perfect balanced day, as all things should be. Truthfully, could not have asked for a better day. Night and day difference versus the last time I tried being at Citi Field. We're going to break down more about the ballgame shortly, but we got the Let's Go Mets chance going. Karma's a B for Laureano. Mets W put in the books. Imagine being the steroid using ugly ass schmuck wanna, I don't even know what to call him. Ramon Laureano. Imagine trying to bulldoze Francisco Alvarez. I get it, you got the roid rage, Ramon, but it doesn't mean you got to bulldoze our franchise catcher, or else you're going to catch hands from everyone in this effing stadium. That's what's going to happen. Thank you for the donation, AZ. We had a Yankee suck chance just now, because of course we did. Here, let's go.
second half, Jeff.
Second half, Jeff, baby.
Woo! Baby.
Hold on, where are we at? Okay, everybody.
Yo, Wardy, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great one, brother. I appreciate it. We are packed exiting Citi Field. Let me make sure my lady is good. Everybody say hi to Lexi.
Hi.
What a great, honestly, such a calm game, a calm victory. Oh, no.
Sorry.
All right, guys, we're gonna do the game breakdown as we're walking with Wardy exiting Citi Field. That's what we're gonna do right now. So let's talk about this walk-off victory and what stood out so much. How you doing, everybody? Shout out Mama Worm in the chat. Shout out Jason. Shout out Dan. Hope my connection is decent. The audio is okay for each and every one of you. Shout out to DJI with some of the best wireless mics on the planet. We appreciate that. But let's talk about this victory now, folks. All right, we're a couple minutes into this one. So, heading in the ball game, initial expectations: Luis Severino, Chris Sale. I'm expecting a pitching masterclass. I expected a low scoring. You know, I was hanging out with my guy Draftback Mark pregame today. Shout out to Mark, the beauty that he is. James Shiano, I love you, James. I was not able to find you tonight, sadly, but we will make it happen next time. And to all the amazing Mets fans I interacted with today at the game, shout out to each and every single one of you. You guys are amazing. But to talk further here about how this game went down, I expected it to be low scoring. I was hoping to at least see the Mets score like 5 runs because they've been rolling really since, again, Lindor's been in leadoff, and all of we saw in June, and then July's been a little up and down. I expected, hopefully, the Mets to pounce big time if they can get Sale out of the game by, at absolute latest, 7 innings. The problem that we saw tonight was that Chris Sale was as advertised as a guy that's not only bouncing back after coming off of multiple injuries with the Red Sox and was traded for Vaughn Grissom, you know, what Vaughn Grissom is, who's a nobody currently in comparison. We see Chris Sale absolutely decimate the Mets today. We saw Chris Sale go deep into this ball game, strike out the side in his final full inning of work where he struck out. We saw JD Martinez, Mark Vientos, Pete Alonso. It wasn't feeling all that great, but you know what the difference maker is in a ball game like this where Luis Severino walks the leadoff batter, which allows the tying run to happen? It is still the impact of the MVP man himself and Francisco effing Lindor. Can we all take a moment again to appreciate the greatness that is Francisco, Mr. Smile himself, Lindor? Cisco bombs galore. Lindor, as a surprise, absolutely nobody, rips another home run. He continues to kill it. Now has, I believe, 22 home runs on the season? 20 stolen bags. Pretty decent if you ask me. And when we look at Francisco Lindor's production, he continues to be quite literally the most valuable player in all of the National League. We're talking more valuable than Shohei Ohtani. We're talking more valuable than Bryce Harper. We're talking more valuable than literally anyone else in the National League for 2+ months now, going back to May 18th when he started batting leadoff. Francisco Lindor, what he is doing right now is proving just how much of a joke the first month or so of the season was. That does not define the star shortstop that is him, and rather the run that he is having right now. Yes, we're not going to consistently get Lindor hitting home runs at an Aaron Judge level, but we are going to get not only a true star at the shortstop position, but a true leader on and off the field. The way Lindor carries himself on and off is insane. Even how mean-mugging he was after he hit his home run. Like, he's actually insane just how good Francisco Lindor is. And then you see Jeff McNeil turn things on the way that he has, again, walking it off. The power implementation with Jeff McNeil now completely changes the dynamic of this Mets offense. It completely changes the viewpoint of David Stearns and Steve Cohen and their approach to potentially add an outfielder at the trade deadline. The Mets may still do that. I hope they do. Check out my video earlier today on why we need to get crazy, Mets fans. Let's go all in this season. James! Oh, I love you, James! That was a good win. Shout out James Shiano.
Chad, you're live right now?
Yes, I'm live right now. We got
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
Mariano stinks.
Let's go Yankees.
Hey, I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Love you, James.
Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees. Yes, I'd say the same after getting swept. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to James. James knows what's up. Citi Field's popping tonight. Perfect vibes. Not like terrible to the point where it's like, oh my goodness, it's like way too slow. How you doing? Let's go Mets, baby. Love you. Oh, that was probably the best thing that ever happened. Imagine being a Yanks fan and having the confidence to say, let's go Mets. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, look at the sign. Look at that. Look at that sign. Let's go Mets, bud. Love that. Awesome. Hold on, I gotta go find my girlfriend now because everyone is speed running this thing. Excuse me. We're bolting through. Bam, bam. Wardy's running. Okay, Scott Greenwald with the $5. Thank you, Scott. Scott says, I'm a little late to the party, so I spoke on this, my bad. Off Jeff McNeil's bat, did you think that ball was going to drop? Anyways, LFGM, yeah, I was concerned just from my angle because I was sitting in second So from my point of view, I thought that ball was hooking potentially foul. I didn't know where it was going to land. The fact that it dropped and stayed fair was magical. And that's what I'm talking about with Jeff McNeil. Jeff is swinging the bat right now, not only with a ridiculous amount of confidence, but he's swinging the bat as someone who looks like that he has actually adapted his hitting approach. Something that he essentially hasn't done much at all of over the past 2 years. But finally, again, as we go into the All-Star break, you have to think, I firmly believe Daniel Murphy had some choice words, good words to say to McNeil that we saw heading into the All-Star break when Murphy did the broadcast of the Mets not all that long ago. They had a lengthy discussion, just fantastic stuff that we have seen from Jeff right now. And my biggest takeaway out of tonight's game is, yes, the Mets clearly still have up and downs in their offensive lineup. Pete Alonso, Pete was a no-show today. JD Martinez continues to struggle. No, JD, I love you. JD, I really do, especially with how much you're hitting Savant and how much you've changed the entire approach for this Mets team as a hitting coach, basically. But what I have not appreciated in the case of JD lately is striking out a ridiculous amount and not even taking the bat off his shoulder. I mean, or he's half swing striking out right now, JD. He doesn't look locked in. And again, mind you, his former teammate, World Series champ, Chris Sale, I'm not shocked that Sale had the upper hand between the two. I mean, Sale's been dominating all year long for Atlanta. And he has the JDM playbook better than most opposing starters, right? So it's unfortunate. I hope for JD he can kind of snap out of his rut, because when JD gets hot, this lineup is just so deep. We know how deep this lineup is, and the Mets may still add on top of it. To what degree, we'll find out, but they're not done making moves. We all know that. A reliever just got traded, that being an AJ Puck, who's been dominating back to the reliever role for the Marlins. He just got traded for a 14th and a 30th ranked prospect. So a nice haul there for the Marlins and Diamondbacks trade. It's picking up. Trades are going to be happening soon, and rest assured, when those trades happen, we're going to be talking about them to an absolute T. What's good, brother? I'm good. How are you?
I watch you all the time.
Say hi to everybody. Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets, baby.
Let's go Mets. Have a good one, guys. Love to see it. Man, did I miss being at Citi Field. Miss being in here. Dubs in the chat. You'll love to see it. Jose Butto. This is what I want to talk about most night, okay? There wasn't a whole lot of offense to show in this matchup. Lindor is an MVP caliber player. We're going to talk about that again shortly on the channel in the near future, just like we did on Bleacher Report a couple weeks ago. If you guys didn't check out that segment, make sure you do. It's on the community tab on the post if you go down a little bit when I talk about Dark Horse MVPs for BR the past couple weeks. But Jose Butto is now playing himself into a perfect position for the New York Mets, because it can go one of two ways. It can go either option one. Jose Butto continues to be a lawn reliever for the Mets, eating 2 to 3 innings out there and being a bulldog, a true force of a weapon. So that way, even if you say have a 5-and-die pick, like a Sean Manaea, for example, or a Jose Quintana, it won't matter all that much because you have that cushion of a true dominant multi-leaf option, Jose Butto. But then you see the other option, the other appealing route, which I do think makes a little sense, which is considering putting Jose Butto back in the Mets rotation now that Christian Scott is on the shelf. Yes, we know Big Drip Tyler McGill is going to be getting the start this Saturday in place of Scott. However, Jose Butto, again, putting him back in this rotation, I don't think has any harm done. If the Mets are going to be stubborn about adding pitching at the trade deadline, starting pitching specifically, then that makes most sense where you got to bring them in. Yeah, let's make that happen. Hold on, let's get a photo real quick.
Here we go.
Up, got to get the other side.
1, 2.
Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets, guys. Nice seeing you. Nice meeting you. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Have a good one. Gotta run. Hold on. SR, thank you for the donation. What's it?
You got a pick?
Yeah, what's good?
Let's go.
How you doing?
Great.
Good. What's your name?
Danny.
Danny? Oh, so we breaking stuff. You guys want to pick?
Yeah.
All right. Who's got the phone?
Okay, go to the end, Danny. Go to the end.
Yo, you do it. Here, something.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Let's go Mets, baby. Let's go Mets. Let's fucking go Mets. Have a good night, guys. All right, what the heck was that in the top of the 10th? If they hurt Alvey, nice tackle. I don't think Alvarez is hurt, thankfully. I think Ramon Laureano is just a roided up piece of shit, if I'm being quite frank. That was the reality of the situation. That's why I was screaming my head off. However, I did make one grave mistake, and I initially thought Travis d'Arnaud was the man who ran into Alvarez there in the play. I don't know why I thought d'Arnaud was the runner there at third. I'm just an idiot who lost, track of the game for 2 seconds per usual. But yeah, we were not happy about that whatsoever. But Jose Butto, this is what I got to ask each and every one of you. Because for me, you guys know how I feel. I desperately want to see the Mets go out of their way, try to acquire, say, an Eric Fetty type starter by the deadline. I think he just makes way too much sense for this Mets team as a guy who eats 6 to 7 innings every time out there and do it at a quality rate and induce those ground balls. However, if the Mets are not going to go down the starting pitching route, then you're going to want to stick internal, and Butto is without question their best internal option right now. So to everybody watching this live in a replay, I want to hear from you, which option makes most sense to you? Continue to be a multi-inning reliever or go back into the starter role? Personally, I think you should stay as a multi-inning reliever. I don't have necessarily a high level of faith right now in Butto's ability to go deep into ball games. However, again, at best, he's probably profiling as a 5-and-die pitcher right now. So let me know how you guys feel about that. We're getting closer back to the car, and then we're going to bounce we're going to bounce sooner rather than later. Elaine, thank you so much for the $2 holla. Greatly appreciate that. Continue to let me know your thoughts, everybody, to this walk-off 3-2 victory for the Metsies here. There's a couple things. Let's see, reliever. Let's see, keep Butto in the bullpen, reliever. Yep, I think we're all kind of under the same common consensus. The only way my thought process, again, wavers, is if Jose Butto goes from being, a guy where the Mets need him as a multi-inning reliever to they have no other true quality starting pitching option. I shouldn't say quality. I just mean, a decent starting pitching option, right? Say McNeil pitches Saturday and doesn't have the best outing. Not that I wish it, but we don't know what's going to happen this weekend yet. Same can be said if the Mets consider other options internally. Joey Lucchesi clear. Not that I want to see him start for the Mets again, per se. However, we don't know what the future holds with injuries and lack thereof. So for the Mets here, got to make sure that they stay healthy. And got to make sure that you just try to make sure that you address as many areas as possible by the deadline. I think that's very important. But enough trade deadline talk. I want to continue to talk about this ball game because Jose Butto not only stood out so much to me, but Francisco Lindor's approach has been fantastic. Mark Vientos as well continues to really put a smile on my face. And Vientos is my girlfriend's favorite player as well. So Swaggy V, we're getting extra hyped up about every time he's out there, either at the hot corner or he's there at the dish. And Vientos almost had a situation where he missed a crucial tag, which could have destroyed the Mets in this ballgame with Edwin Diaz. We all saw what happened, right? We all saw it. Unfortunately, the runner steals second base on Edwin after he gets on with a walk. Then he tries stealing third base, and thankfully, even after the challenge, they rule him out just by a hair, basically. But Mark Vientos didn't have the glove down for the jump. There was a slight second of a bounce with his glove, and that was almost a difference maker. It was not an ideal tag. It was pretty bad if we're being frank. However, thankfully it didn't kill the Mets in this one. I was screaming my head off. I was about to lose my mind. You're telling me it's a tied ball game. We got Edwin in the 9th here, and we're about to put a runner at third base all because of stolen bags. This is not the Toronto Blue Jays game where Christian Scott carved up everyone and their mother. Oh, pardon me, that's not the game I'm thinking of. What's the game I'm thinking of? The one I'm thinking of is with Jose Quintana when I think he gave up what? What was it? It was the Scott or Quintana game against the Tampa Bay Rays where we saw Ahmad Rosario, Isaiah Palacio, and all these other guys just steal every single bag on the Mets the entire time. And that gave me the flashback, that little moment of, oh my God, please not this again. Especially with Edwin, right? Because Edwin didn't have terrible stuff today whatsoever. He did his job. He really looked sharp outside of, that unfortunate walk situation. And Phil Maton definitely stood out a lot to me. Look, this Mets bullpen, we all know they need to add. In that regard, leading to the trade deadline, if you're wondering, Wardy, what relievers make sense for the Mets to go out of their way to try to acquire? Don't worry, I got you covered. We talked about a total of 8 different relief options, and we will discuss more on the channel leading up to the trade deadline and the deadline day itself with a big live stream as we always do. But the relievers we talked about over the past week plus in our top trade targets video, there are a lot of relief options that make plenty sense for the Mets, but what they're getting right now internally is huge. Phil Maton is quickly showing why that was such a sneaky move by David Stearns. If you guys remember, let's go all the way back to the offseason. When I was talking about relief options, I was telling you guys I like Phil Maton. I think he would be a nice option. He has amazing numbers his postseason career, plenty of which were during his time with the Houston Astros the past couple of years. Speaking of Houston, had a fantastic year with them, basically a career year. This year with the Rays was up, down for sure. Wasn't getting as much bite there on his sweeper, I believe, and that was a problem for him. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me. However, Maton, who does have, a kitchen sink arsenal throughout a soft tosser for sure, is able to induce those ground ball outs well, but also induce some swing and miss. I mean, he got ahead on some of these Braves hitters brilliantly today, which was fantastic to see. And for Maedon, if he can continue to be an option for the Mets to consider in the 7th or 8th inning, in these higher leverage, close ball games, again, you don't love it because the risk is that you're having a soft tosser in there, when ideally you could easily give up meatballs to if they're going to be handing things down the dick. However, in the case of the Mets, they have multiple options now that I think are intriguing for them in these spots, and then you still have internal options at the AAA level that they may consider, whether it's Shintaro Fujinami, who didn't have the best outing his last rehab outing out there, walked a bunch of guys for the first time, and since basically one Shintaro Fujinami, but he's a guy the Mets will still consider. But the point I'm trying to make here is even with the dire need for addedness in this bullpen, this Mets team is still setting them up currently in a position where if they say did only add one reliever at the trade-in line, I don't think that would be the end of the world at all. I think this is a Mets team, however, that if you add 1 to 2, that would be great if you can get them at the right price, of course, and make sure that you guys just have as healthy a club as possible. That's something that the team can only do so much about. We just got to, be praying to the baseball gods, and that be that, everybody. But the Metsies, again, walked this one off in dramatic fashion thanks to Jeff McNeil. And I love me some John Brebbia, Rebecca, great member. I agree with you there for sure. I just got to tell you right now, folks, Jeff McNeil continues to impress me. I'm so happy to be proven wrong in ways I never thought I'd be proven wrong when it came to Jeff and this power implementation. It's just nuts, but just an electric day at Citi Field. The offense, again, it wasn't pretty. They literally just had a couple hits throughout Chris Sale's entire outing, and Sale absolutely carved up this Mets team. And then from there, the Mets just did what they needed to do. They got the bullpen, and ultimately they got this victory. Mets fans, thank you all so much for watching. Your boy Wardy is going to wrap up the live show now because I've arrived at the car. I now got to drive all the way back to Pennsylvania. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. Let's go Mets, baby. Be on the lookout. I may have a video out for you guys early tomorrow. That we'll just have post-game coverage as we always do for long-awaited, highly anticipated Metropolitan debut on this season. Love you guys to death. Let's go Mets, baby. Peace out.
Bye.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye.